Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave. And if you are a returning subscriber, what's good? What's up? Welcome back and thank you so much for joining me once again. Welcome to another edition of Chats with Nat. Today we are talking all things happiness, how to be happy, how to find happiness, how to maintain it. I think a lot of us always wonder, like, why is happiness so elusive? Why is it so hard to find? Why is it hard to keep? Why can't I just be happy? And I honestly feel like it's not as complicated as we make it out to be. It can actually be quite simple, and that's what I'm hoping this video will do for you today. I'm hoping that it will give you some perspective on happiness, and that when you're done watching this video, it will make you happy or at least you'll be well on your way to being happy. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So what I'm about to say was actually one of my last points, but I actually want to take it to the top. I actually want to bring it to the top, and that is to give yourself permission to be happy. Like, a lot of us actually don't allow ourselves to be happy. We don't allow ourselves to enjoy things. We don't allow ourselves to feel good and all of that. And this could be for many reasons. It could be maybe because we think it won't last. Maybe we're scared that once we're happy, something bad will happen. A lot of us have that limiting belief that when something good is happening, it's either too good to be true, or if I allow myself to be happy, then something bad's gonna happen, or it's not gonna last, or whatever the case is. And I think that's just a very sad mentality. I think we should learn to allow ourselves to be happy, because how can we be happy if we don't want to be happy? You have to want to be happy. You have to allow yourself to be happy. You need to give yourself permission to enjoy things, even if it doesn't last. Like, it's okay. Even if you're happy for 2 seconds, a day, a week, months, and then you're unhappy, like, it's okay, as long as you've gotten that experience and you've allowed yourself to experience being happy rather than being neutral or being sad the whole time. Life in general is seasonal. Like, we will go through ups, we will go through downs. So I think it's so important to allow ourselves to enjoy the ups, because the downs will come. Don't allow things that haven't happened yet to keep you from being happy, because you are allowed to be happy. You deserve to be happy. It's okay to be excited about things. It's okay to feel over the moon about things. I think a lot of us also just want to be too cool for school, or we want to seem like we don't really care about things because maybe it seems uncool, or maybe you think people are going to think, oh my gosh, like, why is she so happy about this and that. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be happy. It's okay to be excited about things. It's okay to feel your emotions. It's okay to feel these things. Don't allow what other people say to stop you from experiencing your full happiness, because at the end of the day, they're going to talk and talk and talk. They're going to talk regardless, and you're unhappy while they go on with their happy lives. So what I'm essentially saying in a nutshell is, allow yourself to be happy. It really is okay, and it really is that simple. Happiness really is a choice. It's a decision. Like, you can actually decide to be happy. I know that sounds very simplistic, but sometimes we overcomplicate things for no reason. I was actually talking to my baby cousin the other day. He was in such a good mood. Like, he was jumping around, he was dancing, he was happy, and I asked him, I'm like, why are you so happy today? Like, what's going on? And you know what he said to me? He literally said, because I am. Like, as simple as that. And that really stuck with me. It's actually one of the things that motivated me to do this video. I was like, wow, it actually is that simple. Sometimes you don't need a huge reason to be happy. Like, you don't need to have just bought a new car or bought a new house, or celebrating an achievement, or life is going great, everything is perfect, etc. Sometimes you can be happy just because. You can wake up in the morning and be happy just because you are. Like, it's okay. I think a lot of us also want reasons to be happy. We want to validate why we deserve to be happy, when really we can be happy just because. You don't need outside external reasons to be happy. You can find joy in yourself. You can find joy in just waking up in the morning. You can find joy in just the little things. You can find joy simply just by being. Like, it's that simple. You can literally be happy just because. And that brings me to my next thing, which is we need to stop delaying happiness. We really need to stop saying, I'll be happy when. That is one of the most dangerous statements, honestly, because we're always putting our happiness in a future place, in a future position. And when we continuously put our happiness in a future position, that means we can't have happiness now. We can't be happy now because we'll be happy when. So I think it's so important not to delay your happiness. Like, just be happy, man. You can be happy then, you can be happy now. You can still be happy in the future, and you can still be happy now. Sometimes I feel like we don't think of happiness as if it's bottomless. Like, we kind of think of it as in, okay, I'll be happy when this and this happens, which means that I can't be happy now because I'm saving my happiness for when this and this happens. When the reality is that happiness is actually bottomless. It never ends. You can be happy now, you can be happy in the future, you can be happy then, you can be happy now. Like, you can be happy all the time, and your happiness will not run out. It is literally bottomless. You can stay being happy, and you will still have happiness left over to celebrate your achievements and to do all the things that you want to be happy about, even if you are happy for nothing. Just because you're happy for nothing doesn't mean that when it's actually time to be happy, you won't have happiness left. So definitely stop delaying your happiness. Don't think you'll be happy then. Like, honestly, just be happy now. And the irony of the situation is that sometimes we leave our happiness for later on, and we're like, okay, I'll be happy when I get a brand new house. And then when you get that brand new house, sometimes you're not even happy, you know? So you denied yourself happiness for what? For something that actually didn't make you happy, that you thought would. Because sometimes we actually don't even know, you know, what's best for us, or what the circumstances will be like in that future place. So really just forget about then and be happy right now. While we're talking about not putting your happiness in a future place or in something external, we also need to learn to start finding happiness in the small little things. I think that's why also children are generally just so happy, because they get amused by literally the littlest things. But as we grow older, we kind of feel like we need bigger things to be happy, and that's not the case. That little child that can be fascinated and excited and happy about anything still lives within us, and we just need to tap into that side of ourselves and tap into that person that is happy by just seeing a beautiful sunset, or having a really good cup of coffee, or getting into a warm bed, or watching your favorite series. Like, you can find happiness in the small things. It doesn't have to be the big things. And I think that's kind of how you sustain or maintain happiness, is by constantly being present and constantly being grateful and constantly just being in awe of your life. Like, looking at life as if it's a miracle. Like, when you wake up in the morning and you see the sunrise and you see that sunset, acknowledging that it's a miracle. Like, wow, I can see. And just seeing something so beautiful and just being happy just because it's beautiful, or drinking your favorite cup of tea or coffee and just being happy because it tastes so good, or watching your favorite series and just being happy because, wow, child, the drama that's keeping me entertained. Like, just being happy for no reason, just being happy for the little things in life, whether that's having a conversation with a friend, maybe you achieved something, even small, like small you know, just celebrating everything, just being happy to be alive is essentially what I'm saying. Like, you can find happiness in each and every little small thing. And then once you realize what actually makes you happy, even if it is these small things, is to do what makes you happy often. I think I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but if I do, I'll put it on the screen. I saw an image that was basically saying, like, write down a list of the things that make you happy, and then write down a list of the things that you do every day, and then you'll see that, like, those lists they don't match up, you know? So once you realize the things that make you happy, you literally just have to rinse and repeat. And that's how you can try and maintain happiness for as long as you can. For example, if I'm filming and I realize that, wow, filming makes me happy, I should do that as often as I can. If I realize that going out with my friends for lunch makes me happy, I should try and do that as often as I can. If it's spending time with your family, going on a vacation, listening to music, you know, there are going to be big things that make you happy that you may not be able to do all the time, like vacations or going out, etc. But then there's also those small things that I mentioned, maybe listening to music, watching your favorite series, etc., that you can acknowledge that, wow, this actually makes me really happy, and just do those things as often as you can, and not only as a way to de-stress, or only when you've reached burnout now you want to indulge in the little things. No, indulge in the little things every day. Do it as often as you can. That is how you will maintain your happiness, by doing things that make you happy. Like, it is that simple. And then this next thing, which will probably come up in almost all of my videos, I actually want to do a video on this, but that is to stop comparing your life to other people. There is nothing that will strip you of your joy faster than comparison. When they said comparison is the thief of joy, they did not lie, because you can literally be happy about something, and the moment you see what someone else has, then all of a sudden you're not happy anymore. And that's simply because you were watching someone else's plate. You were looking at how green the grass is on someone else's side instead of focusing on your own grass, watering your own grass. Like, how would you know that your grass is not green if you didn't look over at the neighbor's side? We need to really take the focus off of other people's lives and focus on ourselves. The harsh reality is that we can never have other people's lives, no matter how badly we want it. So we might as well just focus on our own lives. Even if you try to take the same path as someone else, even if you try to do the same job as someone else, if you try emulate the life that someone else has, it will never be that exact life. You can never have a life that is not your own. So you might as well love yours, just like J. Cole said. Love yours, because you can never have someone else's life. Even if you have like a similar life or a similar lifestyle, it will never ever be theirs. And once you realize that, it really frees you from a lot of things. Happiness is really about accepting your own situation and making the best of it. Happiness is essentially about perspective. You know, sometimes you could have two people that live the same lives or similar lives, for example, and one could be so happy and the other one could be so unhappy. And like, what's the difference? You know, the difference is simply how the person chooses to see their situation, how they choose to perceive it. And that means that it's all about perspective. How do you see your situation? You know, do you see it as hopeless, as miserable, or whatever? Or can you look at that same situation with an objective eye and find things to be happy about and find things to spark joy? It's just about perspective. And sometimes when you change the way that you look at your life, you can already change how you feel about it. And that's all that I have to say on this topic. I really hope that this was helpful to someone. I hope that you were able to take away some things, you learned some things, or just changed your perspective. Please do let me know in the comments down below, what are some things that make you happy? How do you find happiness in your everyday life? How do you find things that spark joy even during difficult circumstances? Let's continue the conversation in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.